That body of water on the left is the Irish Sea. Later we'll see Dublin Bay at the other side of the Howth Peninsula. Now just ahead of us on the bend there is a Martello Tower. The original tower is a round or cylindrical base built in 1804. Since then the cone shaped roof was added on and the house at the side of it, Old Downey House. Converted Martello Tower, Higgs Tower. The original tower, built in 1804 as a defence building during the Napoleonic Wars. I won't stop here, just slow down a bit, there are cars behind it. It's on a bend here, so just slow down a bit. But there are other Martello towers, there's one on the headland over to the left, we'll see more of them as we go along. The Martello towers were built, you may know, during the Napoleonic Wars. There were defence buildings on the coast of Ireland to Great Britain, built in other parts of the world as well. Quite a lot of Martello towers were built in Ireland, 23 of them in the Dublin area in 1804. Historical background to that was the Napoleonic Wars. In the early 19th century there was a belief that there was going to be a French invasion of Ireland. Napoleon Bonaparte was going to set up a republic here, launch an attack on Britain. There was a rebellion in Ireland in 1798 and there was French involvement in that rebellion. So the Martello towers were built here in 1804. As things worked out, the Martello towers in Ireland never really saw any action. And after the Battle of Waterloo, the garrisons were taken out of the towers here. Many of them are now converted into houses. See more Martello towers as we go along. About 3 miles offshore to the left is Lambay Island. Lambay Island is inhabited. There is a castle on the island which belongs to the Revelstoke family. The Revelstoke owned Lambay Island. And the castle is a fine example of medieval architecture. To visit Lambay Island, need permission. It was on Lambay Island that the Vikings first landed in Ireland in the year 795. Some historians would argue about exactly where in Ireland the Vikings first landed. It was generally believed to be in this island, Lambay, 795. The Vikings who came to Ireland came mainly from Norway. From 795, Vikings raided a monastery at Lambay Island and went away again. And over the next few years, Vikings made plundering raids on the Irish coast.
É uma área bem privilegiada. Ah, tem gente nadando, tem lobo pra tudo, tá mó frio lá fora.
The Vikings got a bad press. Can't deny the raids happened, couldn't gloss over that, but the Vikings were also very skilled navigators, shipbuilders, they were traders. After the early raids, Vikings began to trade with people who lived along the coast here.
Realmente eu recomendei um passeio para domingo. Realmente se tiver sol.
The Vikings settled here, founded towns, cities, villages along the coast, including Dublin, Arklow, Wicklow, Wexford, Waterford, Cork, and Limerick. Now, the Viking rule in Ireland was mainly in coastal areas. They didn't go very far inland. I'll mention a bit more about that medieval history around.
E a areia aqui é bem diferente.
Now ahead of us is Howth Head, the Howth Peninsula.
Mais cachorro, gente, aqui tem bastante cachorro.
Coisa
que não tem, no Dublin Sea tem.
And the island just off the coast of Howth is Ireland's side. Now we're approaching a place called Portmarnock. Portmarnock is a popular seaside
village. Não quero nem falar em
village.
cachorro, só de pensar no
Another
filho
Martello
gostoso.
Tower here.
Dá vontade de chorar.
There's a beach ahead called Portmarnock Strand.
Gente, cross amarelo. Cadê meu crossfox?
In the early days of aviation, this beach was used as
Gente,
a
olha a
runway.
praia.
A couple of pioneering
Até dá
flights.
lágrima nos olhos e...
At low tide is hard marked sand.
Mas eu prometo pra vocês que eu tô me
For smaller
divertindo
planes made a reasonably
bastante
good runway. From this beach, an Australian aviator, Sir Charles Kingsford Smith, flew to Newfoundland in a plane called the Southern Cross on the 24th of June 1930. Also from this beach, aviator James Mollison made the first solo east-to-west flight across the Atlantic Ocean. On the 18th of August 1932, James Mollison took off this beach, flew across Ireland, and continued across the Atlantic Ocean. He arrived at Penfield Bridge, New Brunswick, Canada.
Principalmente pra você.
Flying time Dublin to Canada in a light aircraft.
As emoções vão à tona mesmo, cara, mas boa sorte aí pra você. Segura firme que a gente chega lá e vamos alcançar nosso objetivo. Eita, a gente tá esperando você aqui chegar, a gente tá chegando essa semana. Tá esperando aí pra você completar o nosso grupinho dos 26 mais. Mas apesar de tudo aí, a gente tá aproveitando tudo que a gente puder. Correr atrás. Correr atrás né? Não, né? A gente sempre tem que estar lá que vem pela frente.
Coming up on the left, Portmarnock Hotel and Golf Links. Golf course here was designed by former European Ryder Cup captain, German golfer Bernhard Langer. Around the golf course here, Portmarnock Hotel and Golf Links.
Imagina como deve ser baratinho morar por aqui. Aí, Fê, a sua casa é assim, ó, pequenininha pra limpar, pra cuidar.
There's a thatched cottage coming up on the left, typical of houses here in the 18th and 19th centuries. As a private house, I won't stop here.
Ali, é um golfe, tá? Mas parece seu polo. Vermelhinho, aqui tem, é mais parecido aí com tudo que a gente tem perto de casa. Bem mais parecido, a gente não tem muito campo aí e tal, mas a praia e os carros, os cachorros e tudo isso dá um aperto no coração, a gente está muito longe. Mas é isso aí.
Thatching is a specialised art. Now it's expensive. With the wet weather in Ireland, the thatch roof has to be renewed about every 10 to 12 years. Well, now we go through Portmarnock village and then Baldoyle, the Howth Peninsula. I'll talk to you in a few minutes.